let's find out what Rosemary Hira, analyst of financial derivatives company, has found out. Hi, Rosemary. Welcome to the program.
Hello, Ini. Thank you for having me.
Great. So we see a lot of activity going on between Russia and Ukraine, and of course the intervention of the United States. What's the latest, and how has this affected the price trend of copper?
All right, so let me make a connection between the Russian and Ukraine war, the possible truce that might happen, and it's linked to copper prices. So when the war started, basically, it led to an increase in energy costs. So the price of oil went up, the price of LNG, that's natural gas, went through the roof, and that caused an increase in the cost of power, basically. And copper is a metal that requires a huge amount of power to be able to be mined and be refined as well. So that's spilled into the production cost, the mining and refining cost of copper, and that is that kind of reflected in the global price of the commodity. And talking about the US, so investors kind of factor in volatility in the market, they factor in uncertainty in the market, and that is creating what we call speculative driven price hikes in the market. That is why we see copper prices constantly going up, because investors are busy speculating, and this is affecting the price of copper. And this is worsened by the fact that the US president is sort of imposing tariffs on the commodity. There was talks about 50% tariffs on this commodity as well. So exporters are kind of pushing in more and more copper into the US before the tariff actually takes effect. So it is draining the copper inventories of other countries, creating scarcity all around the world, because most of the coppers that are available are being moved into the US. So this is also feeding into the price of this commodity. And that is why we've seen the price of this commodity grow by over 13% between August and now.
So we know that copper is an important component in the renewables, and the renewable energy is what we're all talking about now. And this movement in price and tariff and restriction, can we say that it's affecting the adoption of renewables in different countries?
Yes, I would say that it is affecting the adoption of renewables in different countries, because copper is a major input in the production of batteries for electric vehicles, in creating national grid for renewable energy and the likes, basically. So let's take Nigeria for example. So we do export copper, but not in the refined level. It's more of raw copper. So when we export raw copper, we tend to import refined copper. So we're factoring importation cost, we're factoring the value addition that has been added by other countries when it comes into Nigeria. Then when it's now processed into, let's say, wires for our grid, for instance. So it feeds into the final cost for consumers. So that's why we see, for instance, solar panels. Now, not every household or every small business can afford to install solar panels because the prices are so high.
Well, we do hope that there's a truce between Ukraine and Russia very soon, so that things will begin to reduce. Well, thank you so much, Rosemary Hira, for your time on the program.
Thank you so much for having me.